President Tinubu has called on journalists in Nigeria to emulate the dedication, resilience, and integrity of the publisher of Vanguard newspapers, Amuka-Pemu. In a congratulatory message to the renowned journalist and publisher of Vanguard newspaper on the occasion of his 90th birthday, Tinubu wrote, and I quote, "It is to his credit and managerial acumen that Vanguard is alive today, 41 years after its founding. Despite the crisis in the media industry, Uncle Sam remains a shining example of dedication, resilience, and integrity within the media industry. Chief Segun Osoba is a former governor of Ogun State, frontline journalist, and a contemporary of Uncle Sam Amuka-Pemu. He joins me now to speak about the celebrated publisher, as well as ethics and professionalism in Nigerian journalism. Good to have you, Aremo Olusegun Osoba, joining us on this occasion to celebrate Sam Amuka-Pemu. Sir Sam, Uncle Sam, Happy Sam. Thank you for joining us, Sam.
Thank you, Ruben.
Well, sir, who is Uncle Sam Amuka-Pemu? You worked with him in Daily Times. You have been with him. He's your contemporary. Why is everybody celebrating Uncle Sam? Is 90, oldest living, practicing Nigerian journalist. And you were there at the occasion. You were involved in the celebration of Uncle Sam. Well, journalists don't celebrate themselves. So why are we celebrating Uncle Sam? And why is he now happy Uncle Sam? He used to be sad.
Well, it's because the newspaper proprietors associations, the Guild of Editors and the NUJ felt that for once we should celebrate ourselves, and that there is no better time than the occasion of Uncle Sam Amuka's 90th birthday. And I want to thank the Duke, Nduka Obaigbena, who worked tirelessly to make it possible. He, in fact, was the one that could get the Nobel laureate to join us. I'll be chairman of the occasion. It takes only Sam Amuka, a man of very complex, difficult character, and a man of so many parts. I want to thank both Duka and Professor Olusegun and all others who collaborated in making it possible.
But sir, okay, what will you say is the real essence of Uncle Sam Amuka-Pemu in terms of his contributions, in terms of what he represents for the younger generation?
Well, we should bear in mind that he is perhaps the only one who successfully founded 3 major media houses that were successful. First, it started with a Happy Home, which was devoted to family life. From there, he moved to Punch, and from Punch, he founded Vanguard. It's to his credit today that both Punch and Vanguard are frontline publications, successful one for that matter, in this country.
Well, but sir, okay, as a veteran journalist yourself, 83 years old, I mean, you are our elders in this profession.
86. I want to correct to 86.
86, sir. Well, we thank God for everything.
Yes, I'll be 86 in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, in July, okay. But when you look back and you look at what we had on Uncle Sam a few days ago. What will you say to younger journalists?
Friday.
Because at that occasion, there were young journalists, and they were looking at these old men who are in, well, I don't want to say it, but the phrase is departure lounge. You know, and you people are still very active, you are still there. What would you say to these younger journalists who are also all over the place?
First of all, I would like to let them know that, like Uncle Sam, they should live a life of godliness, contentment, devoid of malice, and they should be happy with themselves. Sam is a very humble, powerful person, but very humble and nice character. And as I said, a man with very complex character, and I can analyze that. Take, for example, Sam is overgenerous. There is nothing that Sam cannot give out to anybody. The best of his collections, artwork, paintings, are not in his house, because at every occasion he dashes them out. What should have been a whole museum is perhaps just a carcass of about 6 or 10 paintings and carvings. Two, when I look at Sam, I see a very complex character. I'll give you an example. 2015, May 29, when President Buhari was sworn in, we were there in Abuja, and we were invited to the state dinner at the banquet hall of the presidential villa. Sam and I decided to now go to the dinner, and he instructed the driver to branch out to his favorite booker in Abuja. I said, for what? When we got there, he ordered the fish head. And I said, but Sam, we are going for a state dinner. I said, the fish head is most important to him than at the state dinner. We had pepper soup. Had pepper soup before we went for the state dinner. That's Sam for you. Two, Sam has one of the most versatile cook, Joe, who has been in school for decades, for maybe about 40 years. And he's good at preparing so many delicacies. But when you get to Sam, who likes to entertain a lot, his favorite part of chicken are chicken wings, back of chicken, the bony part of chicken. All the fleshy part he will leave to other people to eat. That is Amuka for you. A man of that level till tomorrow. Still, he said when he was in Sapele, the best they would give him when he was young was chicken wing. And he's still living to eat those chicken wings up to today. That's Amuka for you.
But sir, I would like to ask you about the future of journalism. The journalism that your generation practiced, Daily Times, Herald, Daily Times, everywhere, is different today. We are now in the age of, what do they call this thing? Social media, influencers. We don't even know who a journalist is anymore. We are in the age of AI. But God has blessed your generation to be here to witness this transformation. What will you say about the future of journalism in Nigeria and what you think, the younger generation should worry about?
I'm very hopeful. We are in digital age, and any of us that are analog of those days should now learn to be digital. I read all my newspaper online late in the first paper that comes online to me every night is The Sun, usually followed by The Guardian, and then Vanguard. I read them online around 2, 3 in the morning. Well, one must learn to live with the current situation. And AI is there, but I still believe that we practicing journalists, particularly we the trained journalists, will survive. And that is why I'm always preaching, that we should not just continue to be analog in our approach. We should be digital and join them. Those characters who are not trained journalists, those bloggers who are creating problems for us, we should invade the digital and internet platform and create credible platform that will counter those bloggers who don't have any experience whatsoever and who are trying to destroy this profession. I believe in Professor Ralph Farley that kept telling me the theory that even in heaven there will be journalists, because God will want to disseminate his prayers and information and decision to all of us in heaven. And so there will be journalists who will be reporting even then when we get to heaven. So we should invade the platforms, the internet, and create credible source of information. That's the only answer.
Okay, sir. Okay, this is not a political conversation. I didn't want to ask you any political question. But I would like to ask you, as an elder in the journalism profession, President Tinubu told us earlier in the week that passed, that busybodies and what is the other word, are free to criticize him because he believes in the right of free speech, and that anybody who wants to criticize the government can have their say, and that he, as President Tinubu, will defend the right of anybody. As a champion in the media industry, as a man who has spent his entire life protecting the right to free speech, do you think President Tinubu will keep his word? That, busybodies and bystanders, I remember the word now, that we can say what we like. You can just talk, and he's not disturbed. He's your friend. Will you advise him to walk the talk on the freedom of expression, freedom of speech, right to speech, that he says is now, he recognizes?
Yes, of course, I have all my life been a champion of free speech. I've been a champion of free speech, and we all struggled together in Adeco with President Tinubu, and we knew, but for the press support, we could not have been successful in getting the current democratic situation that we are in. And he is a beneficiary of the massive support of the media in all the crusade that we went through, restoration of June 12, freedom of expression, and democratically elected government, which we have had for over 20 years now. Say what you like about him. He has too many friends in the media, and I don't know where he will start a war with any of us. I mean, with all of us, he has very close, even with Amuka, very intimate and close relationship. The wife is Shakiri, and I believe him. But you can occasionally not stop some of the overzealous people in the different arms of government, security, doing their job in the process. Again, maybe embarrassing the government, but he as a person, from what I know of him, will keep to his belief in the right of expression and right to criticize the government of the day.
Okay, sir. Okay, let's wrap it up. I know you still have to go to Abeokuta to attend an event in honor of Pa Olatunde Abudu, who died at 96. But before we wrap it up, what's your advice for Uncle Sam, Amuka-Pemu? We say he should retire. I mean, he is 90, you are 86. Akogun Adini is also in this way. Shouldn't you people retire and just allow us young men to carry the banner? You people are still writing, you are reporting, you are everywhere, even at 90, 86. This profession, what do you say to us, the younger people who want to take over?
We are free to take over. We are not, I mean, the sky is wide enough. We are not stopping anybody. Even when I'm being buried, I'm going into the grave, I will be reporting. And I can assure the world, I will be telling you what it's like. Nobody has told us what heaven is like, but I will perhaps be the first to report back to the world what heaven is like. It's in my blood. Till I die, I will remain a reporter and die as a reporter. And Sam, I know a witty, cynical character in writing. He will continue to show his writing ability even on the way to heaven, and even when we get to heaven, we'll be reporting the activities of the Almighty to all of us who will be in heaven. I'm sure we are going to be in heaven. Like I told Sam, you know, he said after that ceremony he was dead, and I told him, well, you are not dead yet. Your mom lived to 107, you will live to 106, and then we will hand him over. We take him to the gate of heaven and hand him over to the angels when it's 106 for them to take him in. So we will continue to practice, and the field is free. We have a cliche. Comments are free. You and Rufai Hosseini and co, you continue to run your show, and we'll continue to run our own show.
Anyway, thank you very much, sir, for joining us on this Live, this Sunday talk show. Congratulations to Uncle Sam Amuka-Pemu at 90. And may you all live long, and may you all live forever, because that's the beauty of it, to continue to inspire the younger generation. Thank you very much, sir.